Good morning from a very chilly Villeneuve. So I'm going to show you a bit what we got up to yesterday once Anna left, and then Cyril's not working today, and I stupidly enough went and got a pallet of kind of sets from Bric-a-Marché because I feel bad that I keep leaving the stones there. So I have this pallet of sets to unload on my own. But first of all, let's see what we've been up to. There's my new tracks again. So the mini digger stopped there, and you guessed it, same again. We've turned the site into a bomb site again. This is again drainage for the water coming off the roof and off the terrace at the little front of the little house. And basically we've got a lot of the stone in ready and done all the pipe work, so that kind of goes over the other side. So the pipe comes along from that little terrace, from the downspout over there, from the downspout here, and we're going to put in a kind of ditch here to recuperate any water heading towards the garage from the path in. So that's where we're up to. Let's get on with getting this pallet off because I'm getting cold stood here talking. So I've got the pallet right next to this pallet here, so I don't have to do too much moving. I could have done with Charles's demolition skills. He seemed to be quite good at breaking these pallets up. But let's get the top off, get the stone off and get back. It's going to be a long morning on my own. Well, that was a rather boring exercise, taking those stones off, but at least it's one more pallet done. Got covered a little bit in all the dust and my hands are a little bit chilly, but that's done. I'm going to get home now, well, take the pallet off, get home and spend the rest of the day with Anna and the kids. Might get another pallet on the back of the van ready for Monday. Whilst I'm on my way home, I just thought I'd answer a few questions that we've had in the comments. We do read all the comments, and so I just thought I'd address a few of these questions. So basically, of course, I've been renovating for a long time over here, and I do know all the products that you can use in different aspects of a build in the area. For example, the stonework I point with, it's called Tradi Blanc, so it's a mix of show and white cement. You know, I could have gone for just show, which is chalk, But no, I prefer the Tradi Blanc because it's just a little bit like harder when it's set, and I'm not covering stones with that, I'm doing the joints. So for me, there's no question on what to use there. I have used it for years and I've not had any problems with with stones deteriorating because of the product I'm using. Now, somebody put a comment in regarding what type of cement or lime mortar I should use for the floor of the cave. Now, I dug down underneath where we got to just to see how far the kind of rubble or backfill went, and I hit sand, and as soon as I hit sand, there was kind of like the water just started pouring out of the sand. So there is a right load of water underneath that. I think it's about that deep underneath from where we are now on the floor of that cave. And so really I need to stop any humidity coming through from that water. So I'm going to put a plastic under concrete like screen, I suppose, and then I'm going to pour concrete. That won't affect like the stones that are the kind of foundations on the outside, because they're already going to be covered with the lime and concrete mix, and so there is no problem. I don't have to use a lime mix on the floor there, and like I say, there's going to be no breathing as such through the concrete floor, because I can't have that. There'd be too much humidity coming up. So that's why I'm choosing concrete down there. I know I don't have to reply to all comments, but I prefer to explain why I'm doing things as I'm doing them. And then there was another comment about travertine around a pool and French norms not allowing certain types of tiles around a pool. Well, these are travertine stone, what the French call dalle, which is like thin slithers of stone. And I've seen so many photos of people with travertine around the pool, and so many websites still have the photos on of travertine around pools. So I did look into it because it was just a no-brainer for me. I thought, oh, it's fine, there's no problem with travertine around a pool. In fact, after looking into it, it does fall within the French norms, so there's absolutely no problem whatsoever having travertine around a pool in France. So if somebody else is thinking, oh, that looks amazing when it's finished, or they might not think it looks amazing, but if somebody does think, oh, that looks amazing, but oh, does it fall into French norms? Well, apparently it does. So there's no problem there. I don't think I had any more comments that I wanted to talk about really, so we'll be back on with some work next time. Morning everyone, it's a new week and things are going well. We just warmed up by taking off the bullnose edging stones for the pool. I'm going to show you that in a minute, along with the tiles that we've already got. And so we've warmed up a bit doing that. And I've got a special visitor this afternoon. Well, I say a special visitor. It's Bernard and his two sons, and they're coming to fiberglass the pool. Okay, let me show you these edging stones that I'm using, and also how they'll go with the travertine I've already got. So here we go. Here's the edging stones. So like I say, the bull-nosed edging stones. That means that they have a curve here, basically. And then come the corners, I'm just going to cut them on an angle. So it's quite a sharp corner it's going to have. Sharp in the way of angles, not sharp in the way of touching it with anything and cutting yourself. But you can see they're a bit thicker than the tiles that we've bought. Well, the travertine we bought. I keep saying tiles, but it's slithers of stone. So, yeah. That's the edging stones, and then here is a tile I brought along. And let's just push it right up against. So you can see there's a bit of a difference in thickness there. And I'm just going to have to do a little bit of jiggery pokery just to lift that one up. There will be joints, obviously, like I said. And that's the kind of look we're going to get. So, only a few meters square to do. So yeah, things are looking really looking up. We've got the guy coming to do the resin on the pool, and in the meantime we're going to probably get on with a bit of the trench where the drainage is off the roofs, and also I'm starting to do a bit of the pour of the concrete down in the caves. There was a question about the drainage in the comments asking, are you allowed to drain like this? And another person said, I hope there's slits in the pipe. Of course there are slits in the pipe I'm putting in, otherwise it wouldn't drain the water out. And yes, you're allowed to do drains like this. And yeah, basically it's going to be more than sufficient for the amount of water coming off the roof. And the stones that I'm putting in, nice bed of stones like that, will really help drain the roof well, or the water coming off the roof well. Right, well, I'm going to get on for a bit. Got a couple of trips to do, one more of gravel, one more of stone, and then Anna's coming a bit later on. She will come because I'm going to pick her up. She can't get out of it. No, she's not as busy today, so kids are back at school and at creche, and so Anna's just catching up on a few emails, and then she's coming to do a bit of filming, especially because Bernard's coming this afternoon. See you in a bit.
Bonjour mon petit Cyril. Bien et toi? J'ai appelé ta mère, elle a dit que tu allais rester.
Oui, c'est ça.
This is where we are at. Last time I was here was Friday, and I know that even though outside hasn't changed too much, there is something that has advanced hugely, and that something is none other than the cave. So let's go and have a look together at what it's like there. Wow. I think it's gonna be amazing. I didn't think it'd do what it's done, but all I can say is wow. And we're trying to do everything we can just before Cyril leaves, but get ready, guys. So first things first, I don't know whether you remember the steps. Obviously they need to be finished, but they're here. There's the electricity cable, so there will be light here. And look at that now. The floor. And obviously, I mean, for me it's perfect for the height. I think where it's got the cables, it's gonna be the lights. Yeah, it's gonna look amazing down here. It will look so beautiful. Yeah, three days on. This is the progress. Wow. So we need to, power through, do as much as we can, but to see the cave in this state, and I can just imagine like wine bottles over there and lights shining through. I mean, it's gonna look really, really nice. I'm really, really happy with how things are advancing down here and what it's looking like. I know these little things here. This is where the electricity cable is, so that's really cool. But I can't wait to see what lines Ed chooses, because this is his, I'm gonna say baby, but it's gonna be so nice and interesting to see it all finished. So let's go and see what Ed and Cyril are up to outside now. And here gravel. And they're filling in. I think they're still doing the same drain here because it's back and forth. When it's cold, they're down in the cave, and then now that the sun is out, they're back outside. So when I first got here, I didn't understand why the cement mixer was in front of the building. But having a look in the cave, he then said go and have a look. It makes sense why it's there. I mean, the progress is amazing. So Ed is filling up the holes with the soil. Cyril is adding the gravel, and Ed is going behind Cyril now after he's dug them and then filling them up. So I decided to come up in the top bedroom with the balcony to have a look at the outside and to show you all what it is like at this stage. So let's have a look. Ed is obviously inspecting the trench. Hi Ed! Cool. I don't know about you, but it's looking pretty dry. And there's Mount Ed there.
So we're just covering the tube with the stone. It's just kind of fill it up and get it past the stone so no soil actually does go into the tube, because the stone on top of the tube isn't actually going to drain anything because water doesn't go uphill, does it? So
No.
it's just to protect it a little bit, and then I'm going to get on and push all the soil back in. because I've got to make a path for the guy coming to the pool.
Oh, exciting times.
Right, out the build, Anna. Get out of the way.
Okay, okay. So Ed and Cyril now have gone to get some more things, and Cyril to get lunch, and this is where we are. So Ed has flattened it, and the little mini digger is gonna be my office for the time being, so I can do some emails and get tonight's vlog ready.